What up, everyone? This episode has been brought to you by Jam Hits. Jam Hits is a one-stop shop for all of your multimedia needs. Whether you're an artist in need of some studio time, recording a music video, if you're in need of printing out some artwork for your upcoming album, show, or merch, Jam Hits is the place for you. We also have many different podcasts and radio shows in which you can promote yourself in the confines of our state-of-the-art studio. I guarantee you, once again, Jam Hits is the place for you, so go give them a follow on Instagram. This is for all of my sneakerheads out there. I get all of my sneakers from one place, and that is Inland Empire Sneakers. Are you tired of paying those extra fees on certain websites? Are you tired of missing the beat on the latest drops? Are you tired of your shoe plug being outrageously overpriced? Well, if you answered yes to any of those questions, go give Inland Empire Sneakers a try. That's my primo, and let him know that Santi sent you. Once again, Inland Empire Sneakers on Instagram. Go give them a DM, go follow them, and for an extra discount, let them know your boy Santi sent you. Everyone, welcome to another episode of Santi's Section. Today we're going to be popping cherries. I got two guests with me, a rap duo and their solo artist, the homie Poetik Force and Funk Logik. How are you fellas doing?
What up? We all peace, world. What up?
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for making the drive. Where'd you guys come from?
I stay in Montebello, East LA, Montebello borderline, and you.
I came out of Pasadena, man.
Pasadena.
But we just clicked up, met up. You know what I'm saying? Drove
city.
over here together, carpool.
Yep.
You know.
Wasn't bad though. Sunday morning.
Oh yeah.
Like we were saying. Yeah.
You can't come out to the IE on weeknights, bro. That's for sure.
For real though.
Too much traffic.
Yeah, so much. So I met you guys at the last Fix. Shout out to the resident people, Destruct.
Peace Destruct, man.
Peace.
Yeah. How long have you guys been rapping together?
Man.
Go, you want to start that off? Yo.
It's been a while.
Yeah, man.
Maybe 2004.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We went to high school together.
We went to high school together.
Yep.
So
he graduated a couple years ahead of me.
Uh-huh.
We started off like in the group. Yeah. He was in the group with the homies back in the day, back in school. And I was doing my own thing, but we were like still homies from like junior high, high school. Everybody was just, we're from West Covina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So everybody was just, linked up, right? And there was rap. He was rapping in the group, all the homies, man. We were just talking about this.
We was just on the way up here. We
Crazy.
was like, man, I think he was coming from the park that day because, his background is like skating, tagging, you know what I mean? And then mine is like hooping, making beat, basketball, football.
Yeah.
But then the music kind of brought our worlds together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just being young cats in high school, being influenced by cats like Talib, you know what I mean? Black Star, you know what I mean? Ninth Wonder, you know what I'm saying? Dre, all that shit, you know what I'm saying? That kind of was like big for us. And Lauryn Hill, Bob Marley,
Jay,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, all that.
Like we was walking through hallways and we'd be like, what you listening to? Okay, and then we'll switch like CD players, and he'll
CD
turn me on
players.
to what he's listening to, and I'll turn him on to some new shit, and that's how we kind of clicked up and met.
Yeah, but we was like still in different like groups, like he said. Like I was still doing my own thing, and he was already in the group with the homies called DMP.
Shout out.
Yeah, and they would like do ciphers in school, and I would like see that, and I would go over there and be like, oh man, they be killing it. So
Straight
bro.
beatboxing, everybody around. Somebody, that'll be a time in high school, you might even bring the guitar to school with you, so somebody might have a guitar. Shout out Mike Wolf, he would bring his guitar, AV, and we making beats off the guitar. It was fresh right there in the quad, like
in school
for sure. For sure.
Isn't it a trip how a lot of people, when they think of the West Coast, they don't think of that scenario?
Yeah,
you know
ciphers.
They don't.
True.
Like they don't realize how good we have it out here.
Come on,
you know what I'm
man.
saying?
Come on,
because
man.
when we talk about music out here, especially hip hop, they think G-Funk.
That's true.
Or just
rap.
gangster rap.
Yeah,
But they don't realize that.
Yep.
We have a heavy influence out here as well.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
Well,
from
a
hip-hop.
lot of people think, like they hear our music, like we're from the East Coast already off the top of hearing our music.
That's what you guys get?
Yeah, all the time. You guys are from New York, you sound like you're from New York, but no, we rep LA, you know what I'm saying? We rep it from the West.
We grew up on cats like the Visionaries.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like you said, the Far Side, like
Far Side,
Snoop,
Freestyle
Dre,
Fellowship.
of course, all them.
You know what I mean? So our style ain't just like
One style.
just one style. Like
yeah.
we kind of embodied the whole coast, and like from the underground scene to the mainstream, and everything in between is kind of like how we became who we are. You know what I'm saying? So,
our influence, it is a lot from New York, but it's maybe because it's just hip hop.
Yeah,
that's how hip hop.
That's where it started.
But even the list of names you just gave, Doug, like people forget.
Right.
Like they're West Coast artists.
Yeah.
Like even one of my goats.
Yeah.
He has a lot of hip hop and G funk and gangster rap in it, and it's a King Crooked Eye.
Okay, Crooked Eye.
That boy's
fresh out of
fucking,
Long Beach, man.
multifaceted as fuck.
Exactly.
So that's what I meant. Like I don't think I think people sleep on that.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like
We
how
got some
diverse
hitters,
we're
bars
fucking out here, dog.
Come on, Raz
Even the
Cash.
underground scene, like Living Legends, and
Merce,
Merce.
Come on,
man. Yeah, real spitters.
You're real spitters.
That embody hip hop. You know what I mean? To the core. So
and graffiti, like rap too.
Yeah, dancing. So that's where we come from. We the children of that type. That type of vibe.
That's good shit.
For sure.
And so you guys have been doing this couple decades,
I mean,
bro.
we was 17, 16.
Damn, dog.
16.
You guys just exposed your age.
Yeah.
I know.
Nah, I think it's
cool. I'm
something
about to be 35 this year.
Yeah, I think I like to embrace my age because I got more wisdom, more knowledge.
Absolutely.
You know
we hear
what I'm
the
saying?
growth even when I like listen to old music when I was 17, like just talking crazy, and like tone and delivery. It's crazy.
Isn't it a trip how longevity isn't embraced as it should be?
Damn, for sure. I talk about that a lot.
I think that's what our whole
record called Longevity.
I think that's what our whole career is about. Is
real talk, bro.
Is the long term,
the marathon, bro.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's what Nip was preaching, right? The marathon. So. Right. You know, we understood you could get to the bag and make whatever you want to make real quick, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, we still want to be here in our late 50s, 60s. Yeah. I saw Drake come up on stage with Kendrick, like, you know what I mean?
Was wild.
Nas is still in his bag.
Wu-Tang was I just saw Wu-Tang in Vegas, you know? There was the whole group, you know? They was killing it, bro. No vocals, just still like rapping, you know? So longevity for sure.
And what's amazing about that too, about the longevity is you never know, everyone's story is different, but you never know when your moment's gonna hit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Exactly.
Like shout out to the boy Iceberg, for example. He's in our network of podcasts and he makes music here too. He just got a deal with Sony International, and he's in his 50s. You know what I'm saying? He got his first deal in his 50s. You know, so it's never too late, never too early.
It's true, man. Crazy. Even Griselda, man, like they've been putting in a lot of work too, and they not just getting their shine, but you know they recently been just popping up in the scene like real heavy, you know, like commercially too. So like it's true, it's longevity, man. You got to just keep going, and you never know until you know that one hit. If you don't put it out, you know, like you won't get that hit. So you got to keep going.
It's also like how you measure success, though. You know
that's true
that too.
Because
what is your success?
Yeah, me and P, we been doing a lot. We been in movies. We been on tours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We made a little money here, a little money there. We had a couple independent deals. So it's all about your measure of success. And like, okay, we might not be rich and millionaires, but we have accomplished a lot more than the other people have.
Exactly.
True.
We talked about that too, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's an amazing point that you just made because there's a lot of like some of the artists we just mentioned, right? If you go to an average casual fan of music, they're like, who the fuck is that? That's nobody. But they don't know that the ends that those guys made or the funds that those guys made is probably bit more funds, and they have their bag is bigger than the people that they're glamorizing.
I mean, Tech Nine is one of the
Thank
most,
you.
know,
I was gonna say him.
Tech Nine is crazy.
He has the blueprint.
Of crazy blueprint. And cats like Nipsey Hussle is somebody that he followed, right? Nipsey looked at him like, oh, okay. So I started looking at Nip like, oh, okay, let me try this.
That's how we started this whole Asiatic rhythms too. Like you had that vision too, bro.
Yeah,
like,
man.
you know.
Yeah, dog. I've been to Tech Nine shows where there was only like a couple hundred people to where there's been thousands. You know what I'm saying? No airplay.
Right.
And
no airplay.
And what's
even
crazy,
off our tours,
but the boy made the fucking Forbes list.
Exactly.
How do you do that?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's hard.
With
exactly,
no airplay.
Bro. With no airplay, you really just you don't really. I mean, some artists may need that airplay, but I feel like if you just stay true to yourself, stay down, and like I said, whatever your measuring stick is, then you'll reach your goals.
Yeah. Right.
I have things I've written down that I've reached. Like this
sure.
shit took me to Germany, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
performing in front of cats.
Exactly.
With
We did
Illa
all
J.
that without a label too.
You know what I'm saying?
Just ourselves, like doing it from the back.
That's a beautiful way to put it, dog. And shout out to Tech Nine, because I feel like cats like us, I'm not an artist, but just with that blueprint that we just discussed or described, we wouldn't be here right now. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because we wouldn't know that it can happen.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think this what you see here, what we're experiencing now, is all a part of the journey, though. This is the moment, though.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
You gotta make those moments.
Yeah,
too.
I gotta take it all in. So when people look back, it's like, oh yeah,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? They went through it. This
And
is the moment.
we started with like 10 of us, man. You know, like we started with a lot of people.
Wow.
So it does show like who's really, you know, down for that, like longevity, because it takes time.
No, and so you guys have stuck it out together for many years.
Yeah, we started in the group, man.
And if you
like,
don't mind me asking, since you guys do a lot of projects together, when there's like creative differences, what usually is your guys' solution or your formula for that?
Actually, we only have a couple projects together. Yeah. We're not like a duo. We're single artists.
Yeah.
Like we've been in the same clique, the same, team, the same label together. But I have like my own solo projects. He has his own solo projects, which is Blackface with the homie Sincere,
Shout out
his cousin. That's how he started. Like we're just all just coming up together. And since it kind of broke off, it was just ended up with just kind of us together, just, like just making tracks. Like, so we just started putting a couple albums together, and we just collab together. Like, if it's just me and you, then let's just keep connecting. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, but the difference is like we don't have too much. Like, I don't feel like we have too much differences. Like, I feel like we collaborate pretty well because we've been doing it for a while together. You know, maybe in the beginning it was like a little tricky. But I think right now it's our creative flow is pretty inspiring to me. I mean,
I think
we both bring two different things to the table, which is good.
Because we've known each other for so long. I guess we know how to communicate with each other.
True.
And we might not agree.
And we trust each other too.
And we trust, so we might just spark up a blunt.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
Sit down. You think
I trust
about
his ideas too. Like, that's a big thing you gotta do.
And we just figured it out.
Yeah,
Just try to sit there and figure it out over just a nice little blunt. But me and P, we never got into like a fight or anything, nothing crazy.
Not over the,
We have disagreements, but it's nothing like that needs to be taken too serious.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if we haven't spoke in a while, like it's like when we do speak, it's like day one.
It's more brotherhood than
like that's my brother.
Yeah, than friendship.
Yeah,
Before all this, we were just friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like I care about your life.
Helps.
So like, you good?
Yeah.
How's your kids? You know what I'm saying?
So that helps a lot. But we've been rocking.
Yeah. So you touched on Blackface. So you,
That's how me and my cousin, we kind of got things kicking back in like maybe 2007, 2008. Me and him, because like he said, we come from a much larger crew back then. It was like 9 of us. It was like the Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah, it was like the Wu-Tang Clan in West Covina.
Because of life. When you get older, you got to go get a job.
People
you know
just kind of start,
like things kind of shift. And so it was just me and my cousin. We living together. Blackface got started. Shout out Sincere. And
it was just me, and then me and Sean Wise were just kind of on the side, like, all right, well, the group is not together anymore, but like we still want to make music, you know. So we was like, what we doing? And they came up
kind of formed a label.
Formed our own independent label. That's how our blueprint started.
Yeah, Asiatic Rhythms.
Yeah, he was like, let's start this called Asiatic Rhythms, which was us four. Yeah. Blackface, him and Sincere, me and Sean Wise. Yeah. And we started this label together, and we would make projects as solo artists. Yeah. Blackface would drop a project. I would follow up with a Poetik Force project. Sean Wise would follow up with a Sean Wise project, and we would just rotate. And we did this for like a couple years. So I have like my own like 8, 9 solo albums without even our collaborative projects. And then Blackface, he has his own solo projects
But
too.
don't get it twisted. I mean, it was all collaborative because I was the mix engineer, so he'll come through and I'll be recording it. And then Sincere was like the lead producer. So he was making all the beats. And then P and Wise, they just had bars for days.
Writing,
and so it kind of formed out of, let's do a production company because we signed like an independent production deal and it didn't go well. And so we was like, okay, let's just do this on our own. And so we just clicked up, me and Sin, started Blackface, called these dudes. And we was sitting at our Dodger game and we was like, yo, you want to do our own like label? And we was like, yeah, us four? Yeah, like fuck it.
I remember that.
And bam, that's how we just got rocking and got kicking. And it's been this journey ever since, bro.
Started our own tours, like we did our own tour together. All that, man. Our off the back, man, crazy.
Yeah, the reason why I asked about Blackface because I noticed that you guys were both. I didn't know who Blackface was, you know, and I saw that you guys were both on the Dear White People soundtrack.
Oh man,
how'd that come about, dog?
So that's what I'm saying. The measure of success, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Our joint got into a Dear White People. Started out Justin Simeon, the director, but we were interning for Shafiq Hussein. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the guys from Sabra, one of the producers, singers, one of the creative partners for Sabra. Erykah Badu, Mad
like that
Lib.
sound.
Also
Jay
like
Electronica.
So interning for him, and he just and knowing his people, his management team, and his people, they were like, "Hey, send us some tracks, whatever y'all working on." So we did that in my garage in Pasadena,
which was crazy on that too. Like we sent them some songs, and they were like solo. We had like solo songs. But then we had this one song that had all four of us together. The only song that had all four of us together called Believe in God. And then the rest were just solo, like just the Blackface song, Poetik Force or whatever. And they picked the one with all four of us on it called Believe in God. So it was like destiny, man. Like it was crazy,
just making that in the garage, bro. Shout out Josh G, the producer.
Literally, man.
You know what I'm saying?
No hook. Just verse after verse. Thank you, bro.
You guys,
very vulnerable. We were all vulnerable in that record too.
Actually in the movie too.
Literally
you know
in the movie.
It's in the movie. So.
And we got, we was eating off of that one too, man. It was great. So that was like our first real placement.
And we was able to invest that back into the music, book studio sessions, tours, view the
because let's not get it twisted. Like we spent a lot of money too. Like you said, working this is doing it independently, like off of just jobs, 9-to-5 jobs. Like you know what I mean? Facts. So it's good to have a job out there, like whatever you're hustling, like use that job
to pay for your dream,
to pay to fund your dream, man. It's important.
Facts.
Even if you're on the brink of losing it all, as long as you know what your end goal is, you know what I'm saying? Like it's crucial for you to be, if you're part of a team setting, since you guys are a part of a team setting, it's crucial for everybody to have the same vision. Of course, there may be a different approach. You know what I'm saying? There may be, you may be a different tool in that team than he is, but it's very important for you guys to know your role. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Like,
know your role right there.
As long as the hustle is all on the same level.
I
feel like, and even in some areas, the hustle is going to outweigh the talent at times.
That's
you know
right.
What I'm saying?
Damn, that was,
like
that was
I
a
love
jam.
me a hustler, dog.
That was a jam, bro. That was a jam. Hell yeah,
man.
That's that longevity too. Like, man, these guys been putting in work. Like, let me take them serious now. It's like, dang, man. And you never know who's watching. We always say that too. They watching.
Oh yeah.
You know, they watching you. You know, they just that right moment.
Even if you get that like on Instagram and they don't DM you, you never know. You're like, okay, this person saw this.
Yeah.
You know
that's why you gotta stay tapped in too.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to reach out. I feel like social media, you're right there. Like, why not just try to shoot it over or say what up? Like, just build a little relationship. That shit works.
Yeah, that's something that my pops showed me way back. I took the advice differently at the time, but as I grew up, I'm like, oh, this is
what he was
what
saying.
This means. And he said, the money's in the streets. You got to knock on some doors. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Real.
And
that's right, Pop.
Coincidentally, I'm a marketing manager where I work at, right? And I started off, dog, knocking on doors, right?
Door-to-door sales.
Door-to-door sales.
Yeah,
I started like that. I got, how many no's?
No.
You know how many no's we would get?
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Similar.
Like selling knives or
we sell windows.
Pyramid schemes and shit.
We sell home improvements, dog. But you get so many no's. So like when you now in this era of social media, I feel like it's very, very important to actually treat that as if you're knocking on doors.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Like you can't sleep on social media. It's a tool. Like some people, I've noticed some people are like, oh, I don't use social media. I'm gonna detox from it. This and that. It depends on what you're using it for.
That's
if
true.
If you're using it to promote yourself, dog. Like if you're DMing me, hey, here's this new track. You're knocking on my door.
That's how we connected. You was the one that hit me up at the show. Like, yo, I got a podcast. Reach out and like, you know, like that's on me now. Like it's up and you know what I mean. So I eventually like, yo, what's good? Here's some music, and it just like that's so real, bro. Like we got to knock on each other's doors. Hey, what's up? What's good? What's good? Like stay in that.
It's that hustler mentality.
Yeah, it is. And what's beautiful about it, it's free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what's beautiful about something that's free? It doesn't cost you a damn thing.
That's
bro.
right, bro.
We come from like we the millennials kind of, right? So it's like we come from like old school and internet. So we still was passing out CDs though. Right? We still was like hand in hand. Passing out, just like trying to sell our shit.
Making shirts, throwing them in the crowd.
So
like,
we still come from like, hey, listen to our stuff. And they'll throw it down and we get in a fight. Like so we still come from.
I remember going to the clubs even with you, like me and him, and just passing out, like going to the lines at the clubs, like here, check us out, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah,
like,
you had to really get out there and promote yourself, know how to communicate with people and all of that. So we try to take that and then translate it to, like you said, the digital world, the social media
that
world.
DIY too, that movement is coming back around too. Like people are starting to make digital CDs again, vinyls, and it's a trip, man.
Yeah,
like,
even in this era, I know we were talking about AI before we started recording, right? It's like even in the AI era, it's crucial still to like embrace your roots and go back to your roots. You know what I'm saying? At one point, just like that DIY.
Yeah, can't forget where you come from, man. Can't forget that do-it-yourself shit, bro.
You can't. Sure. I think even with hip hop, I mean, with just what happened with Kendrick and Drake, right?
Oh man,
like did we need this or not?
Absolutely, bro.
Right?
Crazy.
Absolutely, bro.
Crazy.
Absolutely needed this. I think it was just a reassurance and a reminder to people about how serious we probably should take the culture, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I think we watered down the shit with a lot of like, I don't know, fluff or whatever, because of money, the money good and everybody want to eat. But sometimes like we do need to like, this shit mattered before, so it should still matter now. Because if not, you know, people gonna take it, they just gonna take it, run with it, and it probably won't be here no more. Exactly. You know what I mean? And like, I think Kendrick was just a breath of fresh air, and it was a great moment in hip hop.
It was.
You know what I mean?
Bars too, like that was cool.
Don't
like,
forget.
even Drake bringing the bars too, like that's cool. Like
exactly.
Yeah, he was trying to show that off too. But I like that competitive nature too.
Yeah.
It's like
because we stay competitive too. Like we collaborate, but we make sure like, hey, the pen is sharp. Like you know, like I'll be like hearing his verse, or even when we're on stage, like, oh, you went hard on that one. Like, all right, I got to go hard on this next one then. Like you know, it's like it's that fuel, like that hip hop fuel, man.
That's tight.
And what I liked about this beef is that they went back and forth, but it's not like they went on a
crazy
a campaign just talking shit off of like away from the booth. Like you know, it's
like
not
took
like
it to the streets or something.
Yeah,
like
I like murky. That. You know what I'm saying? They kept it on wax.
Yeah, kept it on wax, man. That's the essence, right?
Yeah, it is.
That's what hip hop is you come from that battle for him. I'm better than you. I know KRS One. That's how he came up and still was conscious, you know, with his behind his music. So it just reminded me of Kendrick embodying that. And he killed Drake, bro. I'm sorry, but West Coast, man, we here. Don't forget about us. And I think our narrative, I think a lot of people, a lot of media, and it was like, oh, the West Coast, they don't play this. So I just think it was a reminder that we got it, bro. And it comes in all flavors.
It does.
We got all flavors, bro.
We were just talking about that too.
Like, you can't put us in a
G-funk
box,
with
man.
the boom bap, with the gangster rap, with the jazz, with the coasting, with the all of it, man.
Yeah, the hyphy movement in the
Hyphy
Bay.
movement,
like,
yeah,
you can't forget.
Yeah.
We needed that song for sure.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? And when I say we, I'm not just talking about the West Coast, just in general.
The world.
We needed something that
The culture,
even
man.
being a part of that concert, like I was able to be there with you know, and like just feeling that, like, I feel you. Like the world needs this right now.
It's a fucking
like
historic moment.
It's a historic moment. Yeah, it's true, man. It's history for sure.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I'm still riding on that wave. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about this. We're gonna be talking about this for years. I feel like, and that song's gonna be relevant.
When the video drops, it's gonna make another another like noise. It's like
it's never ending.
Yeah.
And we was
right.
saying too, like it's cool to be artists today in this moment, like because I feel like we a part of this too, though. You know what I mean?
Right, that's true.
People are taking maybe music a little bit more serious again. Maybe putting more eyes on LA. So like we want to drop new videos. We're happy to be here.
It
now.
makes us hungry.
Like
like he inspired us. Like, oh, okay. Like we was actually going to drop a little something on the gram, like a little announcement and stuff. But he was like, "Yo, this Kendrick is kind of like taking over right now."
Yeah,
like,
it's true.
You know what I mean? Like, we gotta like, let him inspire us again. Like, this is crazy. Like, you know, so we gotta let things breathe. But yeah, man, it does motivate me for sure,
does.
bro.
I mean,
like,
at best, maybe a freestyle over that beat.
yeah,
right now, you know what I'm saying?
That's what you can do. But other than that. It's Kendrick is kind of taking over this week. They were like saying on the radio, Kendrick 106, it's like, oh man, or what was
it's going
Kendrick
crazy.
105.9, like making Power 106, the new Kendrick. It was just like, what?
As they should respect
that
K-Dot,
even Big Boy was on stage up there.
Big Boy was on stage.
And how
it was
he
cool because like
Yeah.
low key like. It shows that we're one person behind, bro, because like we know DJ Head that opened up the show from home. Shout out to Homegrown Radio. We've been rocking with Homegrown Radio.
Since they was in the house,
Chuck Dizzle, DJ Head, since they was in the apartment doing radio shows, podcasts with TDE. Like we signed the board right next to TDE. So that just got me hungrier even more. Like
we worked
seeing
with a couple
DJ Head
of
up there.
producers before.
A couple of the producers that were even up there, bro. It's like TF. Shout out to TF that was up there, bro. Like, he knows about the Cove. Hit Boy, Hit Boy was up there, and he works with, Jansport J, which is, he was a part of our clique back in the day in the Cove. Like, so it's just all like, 360 degrees right there, man. Like,
because people was even hitting me up. Like,
you going to the show?
Hey, yo, I'm thinking, when I was watching this, I was thinking about you, dog.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? It was like, UNP, keep going, man. Y'all next up, keep going, bro.
Right.
And I'm like, damn, I sent it to him. Like,
he sent me over
look what this dude
screenshot.
just sent me, dog.
Yep.
And so that shit is inspiring.
Yeah, and in general,
man.
I know I just said that it was an important moment in hip hop, right?
It is.
But I feel like Kendrick embodies that artist of that we've been wanting to break through. You know what I'm saying? We've been we idolize. I mean, our idols, like we mentioned, the Tech Nines, the Merces, and stuff like that. Kendrick comes out of that.
Absolutely.
for sure.
He's cut from that cloth. And,
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a beautiful thing to see someone actually break through.
Merce, like these guys is like your favorite rapper's favorite rapper.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like they look up to them.
That's what they say. I think that's a Merce line.
Yeah, Merce is like still probably low key, and Kendrick is at the top of the mountain, but they're thanking Merce. And Jay even said that in his line, bro, back in the day. If lyrics sold, truth be told, I'd probably be lyrically Talib Kweli. Like he's telling y'all, like those are the real goats. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta get to this bread at the same time.
It's a business. At
the end of the day. But thank y'all like for laying out that foundation. You're right. Kendrick is a part of that cloth, and that's what we just trying to do. We trying to be a part of that Kendrick cloth. You know what I mean? Like carry that torch too. Like just keep passing that down.
Yeah, for sure.
It's crazy, man.
It's crazy. So shifting directions a little bit, you guys have been doing this for a long time, and the topic that I'm going to touch on right now, I feel like I hold it very true, very close to my heart. It's when it comes down to finding that family balance, right?
Oh, yep.
How do you guys go about that?
Yeah.
Speak on it, brother.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, well, for me, it's different. I got my son. Just have a son. Yeah, brand new. He's about to be 3. Got my wife. I'm married. We've been, but that's nothing new. We've been together for like 11, 12 years. She's been rocking with us for 10, 11 years, man. It's crazy. But yeah, I think just having a kid and family, and not just the family, just life in general. I'm a barber. I be cutting hair. You know what I mean? I be hustling. He be hustling. Like, we're not like together every day. Like we're still working, we're still taking care of our stuff. But I'm just be hustling and trying to feed my family. And I think having a family makes me even more hungrier again. You know, to want to do it for them. It's not even about me anymore. Exactly. Like I took that out since my son was born, that's been gone. Like all this is for him now. All this is for her now. Like I'm trying to put my family in something nice, you know what I mean? And even for the barbershop, like give my son something, you know, back so he can have, you know, a little bit of stepping stone, because I never had that. We never had that stepping stone from our parents. It was just a middle class working. You got to work, get a job, and pay your bills, and boom, like, you know. But for me, I'm trying to start something a little different for my generation, and my wife too. She, you know, she doesn't come from a lot from her background too. So to be a man in her life too, I want to, you know, give her that support, you know what I mean? But with the music too, I think it makes me, like he said too, like just more with our age, just embracing that this maturity and adult life, and like giving, like, music is, you know, I approach music and songwriting like in a whole new light now. Like everything I say,
just wrote a new piece.
Just wrote a new piece about my wife, about my family. It's just, you know, just trying to reach to the world now, like you said, like make world moments, you know, like not just make tracks, like, you know what I'm saying, like make history out here. So yeah, it's a lot though. It's a balance, man. I think with anybody, even if you don't have a kid, like for Logic, you know, he out there scrambling, man, just hustling. Like we haven't had a real 9-to-5 job since what, like a long time, bro. Like
that's beautiful.
We just been really hustling. Like I think I seen a quote too. It said like, if you're getting paid off your talent, that's a whole other hustle. Like,
it is.
It's a whole other hustle.
It's 24/7, 365.
Tell 'em,
I haven't worked a job since, real job since like, I got fired from J.C. Penney's in 2012.
I got fired from Red Lobster about the same time, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
That was my last real job. And
I've been on the hustle. I opened up like a nail salon in 2015.
break it down. Okay, so hold on. Let me start right there though. Back to the blueprint.
Yeah.
With the whole marathon, Tech 9, Merce, and all that. Man, 2000, what year
It's
was
like
that
14,
about?
15.
We was riding around, and this guy looks at me, bro, like before any of this, like starting your own business was like really popping on social media, like, you know what I mean, influencers and all that, like really just doing your own thing. We riding around Long Beach, you know, before a studio session. This guy looks at me and was like, yo, I'm going to start a nail salon. I'm going to start a nail salon, bro. I'm going to service the community, bro. And at the time, I had no idea what that meant,
You
bro.
did it. You didn't know what the
Like I just thought, like, okay, you're just going to start like a business? Like, what is that? Like, you know, but it just was like, what? But he's telling me something like, no, like, I'm gonna start something for us. Bro. Like that was wild.
I mean,
crazy, bro.
I mean, those couple years I went back to school, man. You know what I mean? Trying to figure out. So I went to engineering school, to shout out Large LA Recording School.
Told me to go to that school too.
And then later, I went to business school, business entertainment, got my degree in that. And in that, I was learning how marketing and branding,
which we were just doing solo, trying to figure it out.
I didn't know marketing and branding and like what those words, you know what I'm saying, promoting and all that shit. And like, so
how to release things,
like,
you know what I mean. Like,
so school kind of just taught me like about that type of shit, you know what I mean? Even to the point where I would wear the same outfit, the same shirt every day to brand myself Asiatic Rhythms. You know what I'm saying? So people in my
same
school
outfit for 2 years straight.
What I'm on, because that's what Steve Jobs did, right?
Exactly.
That's what Dr. Dre was doing, wearing all black with the all right, so I'm gonna do that. And so coming to find out, like I said, I got fired in 2012, so I was just hustling. 2015 coming around, I had a fiance. She was trying to figure shit out. She's like, I'm good at this. I used to do this, do that. And I'm like, hey, they teaching me how to, my school project, my final project was a record label. I was like, I did that last time. Like, I need something that's going to be tangible. You know what I'm saying? Like, that I could really, like, put to use. And she's like, fuck it, let's do, like, a nail salon. So I came up with the whole business plan from a school project.
Just for the project, though. Like, it wasn't even for life yet. It was just for a homework assignment, bro.
For my final project. Right. But then we was like, let's do this.
Yeah, like, let's put this in real life.
Let's put it in motion. And so we took that leap of faith about 2015. You know what I mean? Did the nail salon.
Tell them where you opened it up at,
in Inglewood, California. off of
Crenshaw in Manchester.
Crenshaw in Manchester. Don't get right by
Right
the
up
rallies.
in there, right by.
Yeah,
Come on,
holding
man.
it down right by the big locks.
While
and-
Nip was plotting at the same time
he's
about the
still alive.
marathon,
Yeah.
bro.
For sure.
He's still alive. We were just like right
And a couple
there.
years later,
and TDE.
Yeah, a couple years later, we actually meet Nip in South by Southwest. Give him our CDs, still doing hand in hand. This 2017, we at South by Southwest with CDs, all that passion shit
Austin,
out.
Texas.
Come on, man. And
we
so,
eating.
Yeah,
And Nip walked right into here.
Yeah, to the restaurant.
And my wife and his fiance, you know, because they work with us, you know, help us out a little bit, support us too. And
because he eventually saw the vision of the nail salon, and then they came and she started working there.
My wife started working there with them.
And,
it was just a part of the team. We saw Nip, and they're like, let's give him our CD. And boom, they just talked to, man, that was crazy.
And so then
back to Crenshaw.
Yep, back to Crenshaw. 2015 is going boom, boom, boom. And then 2018, we want to take it a step further, like just building the brand of Asiatic rhythms and giving something to the rhythm heads, to our fans. And y'all want a place to come and hang out, buy our clothes, whatever. We have recording sessions, so I opened up 2018 Rhythms Apparel in East Hollywood in Koreatown. You know what I mean? Opened up my own store. So I've been doing that for the past 6 years. You know what I'm saying?
So got a rhythm
just
store.
having that entrepreneur spirit and understanding this is my this is the only shot I got that I know of, right? Consciously, right? This is the only life I got. So I'm gonna just take my shot, right? I'm gonna just take my shot, and whatever happens, it happens. But I know I took my shot. And that's kind of
how we kind of just that entrepreneurship mindset, bro.
Yeah, man.
And you put me on game with that one, though.
Yeah, man.
For real.
And so he get in his bag, become a barber, and
it's a trip, right? How you retrain your brain when it comes down when you start learning the art of marketing, right?
Yes.
You know, it's a fucking trip. It changes your life forever.
That shit opened up my mind like crazy, dude.
Yeah.
It changes how you look at the world.
It does.
Right? And so like, I even had like a conspiracy class at the top floor. And my teachers were showing us what people were doing to like trick us into marketing and buying a Subway sandwich and the smoke. And so it was just like, oh, okay. So let's tap in and let's see and try to make it work for us.
It's like, you know, not to ask for the sale right off the bat. You know what I'm saying?
That shit opened up my eyes, bro. When I figured out the world of marketing, man. Woo-wee.
And in the process of it, you really end up becoming friends with your clients.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You build that rapport.
Yeah, and that's what we was just talking about, being a servant leader.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We was having a conversation about leadership the other day.
Yeah.
And like, you know, he was asking, you a leader? You think you a leader? And I was telling him when my grandfather died, the message was he was a servant leader. So he didn't just lead his people, but he also served his people. So just the field that we in, music, barbering, it's like, we servicing our community, servicing our people with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and having fun, a good time, whatever. But we're also going to lead our people into a direction we may think we should go, where the culture needs to be through our music and through our actions on how we live our life.
Real shit, though. Even just living off music, like that's independently. Like, how do you live off people living off music? Like, that's like what?
Yeah, they think, oh, you're doing a hobby.
Yeah,
nah, bro.
Right, bro.
Yeah, like, don't even miss me with that.
When I be at the shop too, the clients be like, oh, you know, new clients like, oh, you do music? Like, yeah, like, oh, well, how long you been doing this for? It's like, man, like, you know, or when they do it, they're like, oh, okay, let me see, let me hear it, and they come back like, bro, I didn't know how tight, I didn't know how serious this was, and They see my videos and they see how much records we got and how long we've been in. It's like, oh man, like they trip out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, bro. Like when you see all that, you know, you water that seed and it just turns into something. It evolves into something more than what you thought.
Too.
You know what I'm saying?
Like every move is a marketing move. Like
it is.
Every brand, everything we're looking at.
And it's funny, dog. Like if sadly but true, when those that are close to you in this process sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like they'll pay $20 for this cup at Walmart, right? But you're selling your own product, and $15-20 is too much for them.
Talk about it.
You know what I'm saying?
Talk about it, yeah. And we have the conversations all the time because sometimes we get caught up in that, and I have to remind us or tell us like, P, man, don't even trip, bro. That's not it. We got more people that don't know about us that we need to focus on.
It's
like,
true. That's where it's at.
Even though we know those people and they should, like, it's so much more.
It's
other
always
people
gonna be
out
like
there.
that. Your closest friends ain't gonna support you. You know,
true.
that's like marketing rule number one. Don't try to sell to your friends. They're not gonna support you. Your own family, bro, won't even support you.
It's true,
on the
dog.
come up, bro.
It's
Like,
true. Until other people be like, oh, they're tight. Then it's like everybody want to jump
it's
on
true.
it.
or they see that cup floating around on Drake's counter
in Walmart and be like, oh,
that's my homie.
All of a sudden, right?
Yeah.
And now they got to pay the extra.
That's how it is with our
Walmart.
shows too. Like that, you know, we just get a lot of people just showing us love, but you know, they be like, come out, like, where's, you know, like, come out here, come over here, and you know, but
that's why it's very important to drift away from that. You know what I'm saying? And just embrace your own fan base, embrace your own network.
Your own fan base,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That becomes your
you got
family.
friends. Is that two different things?
Yeah, that's what I'm just saying. Yeah.
Friends and the fan base for sure.
Yeah.
It's crazy, dog.
For sure.
Yeah, and anyone listening that consider themselves friends, like, no offense, but it's the truth.
Yeah,
you know?
Friends and fan base.
It's a difference.
Yeah.
And
But I feel like that friendship though is like a different type of support. Like,
right.
they're like to feel like, keep going, y'all. We see you guys, and it's like we don't want to let those people down either. Like friends from high school, elementary school, even.
Of course.
Like, you still like if I just stop, me and Lodge just stop doing music, they'll even start like hitting us up, like, yo, where y'all been? Where y'all at?
Those are the solid ones. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
No, we need you guys. Like we're thinking like they're not, you know, oh, you don't need us. You're not really supporting. No, you're not buying the record or whatever. Like, nah, like inside it's like, nah, you guys are fueling me to chase my dream. You know what I mean? To do what I want to do, because they see us and like, man, you guys are doing what you love still. Like, so that's important to get that support too from them to them. You know.
Absolutely.
So this conversation has been very motivated about the grind. You know what I'm saying? It's by the grind, by the hustle, and all of that. When you guys crash and burn, dog, what do you guys do? How do you reset? How long?
Ooh, that's a good one. How long? Damn.
That's it, when I crash and burn. Well, I feel like I've been through like depression before, you know what I'm saying? Cause
for sure.
Cause I've been through a rough like breakup, you know what I'm saying? For me, being with my fiance for 10 years, and then it abruptly go awry, and then I'm like, man, what the fuck I'm about to do, dog?
And she was
like,
just the fiance, like your fiance
the
too. Like, she was a part of the team, like a big part of the team,
man.
you know, like
and so like I feel like in that instance, I hit rock bottom, right? But then like I turned to like my friends, that family. You know what I'm saying? I turned to Mike Wolf, you know what I'm saying? My producer. I turned to P. You feel me? Like,
bro.
I turned to my boys to like, nigga, what we doing, man?
That's crazy that you say that about Mike.
Let's get in the studio and, you know what I'm saying? Let's make some music. Like, let's hang out. You know what I'm saying?
You started. I remember when you went to Mike's crib too, and you did those records, and those are the most beautiful songs.
That's kind of how our new
made.
album got started. Come As You Are, all these tracks that we releasing in this past year was started kind of back in like 2020, 2021 when I got back.
Was feeling that.
Yeah, we was going through that and called Mike, and we kind of was going through the same thing, truth in the details. You know, he was going through something too. And so we was just in the studio, dog. Yeah. And so that's why I always make music, because I feel like music kind of always lifts me back up, maybe in those moments when I do crash and burn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because at the end of the day too, like we really do love music. Like we really do love hip hop.
At the end of the day.
Like like I just really like making a song, or he really likes making beats or just writing a verse. Like so at the end of the day, it's like, we're not eating off of it. And a lot of people that we started with stopped because of that reason. Like, oh well, this ain't feeding my family. I'm done with it. But you got it's the passion for it, man. Definitely. It's the love that you gotta have for it. Like I just love making music. I love making records. So you know, that, like you said, like music will always be there for you. Like, so that's why I think that was like, that was fuel, like to keep like,
that was my crash and burn moment, and then the music just giving me the fuel to.
And that's the reason why I asked you guys that question, because you guys are still here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a lot of cats that have those moments where they doubt themselves, where they're like, dude, I'm not making ends meet yet. You know what I'm saying?
Or the sound of music may change.
Yeah.
And changed. Yep, it has changed.
And I done got a lot of friends and cats that stopped because of that too.
True.
Because it's
That's
like,
true too.
you know what I mean? Like the sound of music kind of changed, and they kind of don't want to do that. And well, it's not this, so it's cool, bro. I'm gonna fall back type thing, you know?
So we did adapt to the, like we talked about earlier, like adapting to the new age
times,
stuff, like the times,
Yeah.
We just put our flavor into it.
That part.
You know, like that's how you mix the two.
That part.
If it's a trap record, like I want some melody then, you know. If it's a trap record, I want a little bit of some trumpets or like some keys or like, you know, it needs some type of chords, you know, like.
And I could still talk about what I want to talk about over this type of rhythm,
that's what the trap
right?
is about, right? It's about struggle.
Yeah.
It's about just coming up, you know, being a hustler and same type of thing. Like, so you just got to mix it in with your flavor, man.
Oh, yeah.
Word.
You guys are right. Hey, it's been an amazing conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Before we close it out, first of all, what's the best piece of advice both of you could give someone?
That's a deep one. That's a deep one. Someone gave me, or I could give to somebody?
Either or.
Who going first, P? What you got?
Man, my advice, man, that's a crazy one, bro. Well, I always say at the end of the things, like I say, well, like what I write or, you know, what I post is just to stay inspired. Like, I think that's a big thing. Like, you know, we all have anxiety. We all got, you know, we all got depression. You don't got to be poor to have depression. You don't got to be a drug addict to be, you know, depressed. Like, you don't got to be rich to even feel that either. It's just anxiety of society, just living. So I feel like just staying inspired and chasing your dream, even if you don't, like I said before, like are eating off of that. It's something that keeps your life flowing. It's like you have a purpose to do something now. It's like it you know, music makes me wake up. Like, okay, let me get to it. Barbering makes me, okay, let me get to it, you know? So it's like if you stay inspired and stay following your dreams, it will give you a purpose to fulfill in this life, man, and in this journey. So just keep fighting.
I think I might have to say either the first thing that came to mind was invest in yourself. And then another thing that came to mind was know thyself. Because when you know yourself, you know who God is. And I think that's very important along this journey. And not only music, but in life. And then another thing that flashed across my mind was like Nipsey Hussle saying like, don't quit. Like everybody, you know, he got an album called 3 Feet from Gold, right? And it's like, and the whole idea and the concept is somebody stopping before they get to where they were supposed to get. They were 3 feet away, but they stopped. So just don't quit, man.
Yeah.
So those
because somebody else behind is gonna grab that, put in the less work that you just did, and they're gonna take it. It's like, cool, thank you, you know. But
and regardless of where you end up in life, you always have to have that mentality. Like you haven't been paid yet.
Word.
You know what I'm saying?
Word.
That's it.
Word. Hustle like you broke, man.
Hey, real talk. I appreciate the both of you.
Thank you.
How can we get a hold of you guys?
Yeah.
Where can we find you?
Check us out, man. New music coming out, new videos coming out. You can hit me up at Poetik Force, Poetik Force. Say what up, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And we on a run right now, so we got a lot of dates happening.
A lot of shows.
A lot of shows coming up. Like he said, a new video dropping probably next week.
We're rocking the Virgil next month with Destruct. So we'll be in the building with Destruct.
So just stay tuned. That's Poetik Force. I'm Funk Logik, FUNKLOGIK. You can follow me anywhere on all socials. Just tap in with us, hit us up if you need beats, whatever, trying to collab on something.
Word.
Appreciate y'all for having us, man.
Thank you, man.
Everybody in
Hey.
the back, appreciate y'all too.
Thank you for making it a first for me too.
Hey,
Yes,
for real,
at the same time.
Word,
that's tight.
word.
Yeah.
Popped your cherry. How
You
you like
guys
that?
popped my cherry.
How you like that one? Back at you, buddy.
Hey,
yeah.
we'll catch y'all next time.
Thank
Tune
you
in.
guys. Yeah.
Word.
Peace.